Everybody, good afternoon. I got a couple hours of actual, maybe kind of free time before I have to go teach tonight. And I wanted to get back into my Let's Talk Real Estate videos, where I educate, talk to consumers, talk to agents about the real deal. I'm not trying to sell anything. That's not what we do. That's not what these videos are about. For those of you that have been following the channel, thank you bunches. I really appreciate it. A bunch of you are starting to share the channel. I really appreciate that as well. Got some super cool comments. I got to say, not putting anybody out there, but the best comment I've had so far is thank you for being real. So to that, I say thank you back. I say because that's what it's about. It's about educating people. Because one of the things I have found over the course of time is people just really don't understand all the nuances of real estate. It's why we got to where we are. It's what we're doing. Apologize for the delay from the last video to this video. Been crazy busy. We had a few closings that took place. That was Karma saying congratulations. We got another closing taking place next week. We've got a lot going on with our agents where we're educating them and bringing them up to speed with what real estate should look like. Not what you see on TV, not what's on reality TV. Educating them as to what the real world is all about. And that takes time. You don't just become a realtor overnight. That's like I tell my students a lot. Real estate is a marathon. It's not a sprint. All right, so today I wanted to talk about escrow. A lot of misconceptions about escrow. And one of the most common questions about escrow is, well, how much should I put into my escrow? Well, first off, what is escrow, right? Escrow is what people call the skin in the game. That's the slang. Right? That's what you could lose if you backed out of the contract for an unsubstantiated reason. Not if you lost your financing or something like that, or there's a problem with the inspection. That's different. Let's just say you changed your mind, you had a brain cramp, and you said, you know what, I don't want to go through with this anymore. Depending on the circumstance, you could lose that quote-unquote escrow. Escrow provides you with something that we call equitable title. Not legal title. That's different. Insert asterisks here. I am not a real estate attorney. I'm not offering any real estate advice. I have some great real estate attorneys that I can send you to should you have some need for some more in-depth real estate knowledge from the legal side as far as counseling. But that's not what I'm trying to do. So escrow provides you with quote-unquote equitable title. That is your stake in the game. That is your way of saying, yes, I'm serious about buying this. How much should you put into escrow? The old school thinking is basically, the more you can put in there, the better your offer looks. That's kind of true, but it's not completely true. Who does the escrow belong to? Well, essentially, when it's first given, it belongs to the buyer. Once it's in the escrow account, it belongs to technically kind of the buyer and the seller. And usually what happens at the end, it becomes a credit at closing to the buyer, usually. In real estate, everything is negotiable. Remember that. Always keep that in mind. Everything is negotiable. So, are you required to have an escrow? No. Believe it or not, you're not. You can have a contract with zero escrow. You can have a contract with $1,000 of escrow. You can have a contract with $5,000 or $10,000 of escrow. I don't know what your finances support. That's not my business. That's you, Mr. Buyer, looking at your finances and saying, okay, well, I can do this much. I know agents that have told me, well, you're only putting $1,000 in escrow. That's not a whole lot. So let me educate you to an important point. If you're a seller and you sign the FHA VA addendum, you are essentially, not completely, but you are essentially guaranteeing that my buyer is going to get back 100% of their escrow. That's what the FHA VA addendum is for. So does it matter at that point in time with regard to an FHA VA transaction? Does it matter if I put $1,000 in or if I put $10,000 in? It really doesn't matter because you're guaranteeing me you're going to give me that money back. Conventional, whole different story. Whole different story. Remember, there's a ton of different nuances to real estate. So, no, you don't have to have a set number. Now, a seller can dictate to their agent, and hopefully they put it in black and white on the listing agreement, that they are accepting no less than X amount of dollars as a minimum escrow. That's completely legal. They can do that. So long as it's in black and white on the listing agreement, that's the way it's supposed to be. Are they shooting themselves in the foot? Very possibly. What if somebody's not comfortable with putting $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 as a minimum escrow? Some agents are going to say, well, then they shouldn't be buying the home. Don't say that. You have no idea. 10 different buyers are going to have 11 different circumstances that they're going through. Everybody's going through something. Some people are more cautious than others. So that statement about, well, they shouldn't be buying the home, that's wrong. If you're an agent, you shouldn't be saying something like that. So just kind of keep that in mind. Escrow is not required. The essence of the legality of the contract. I got this from Florida Realtors Legal. I love those folks. Their hotline is amazing. I'm surprised they probably know me by name by now. The essence of the legality of the contract really extends as far as the terms, the initials, and the signatures. If everything's in place, you can have a contract with a 0 escrow. It's completely legitimate. So, a lot to think about with regards to escrow. A lot, right? Is it going to come back to you? How much can I afford to risk? Is there really risk involved? Well, that depends. You need to have a good, heartfelt conversation with the right agent. Excuse me, the right agent is going to be able to guide you in the right direction and give you the best suggestion. And that's what your agent should be giving you, suggestion. Well, you know, $1,000 escrow on a $1 million home, $1 million offer, that's probably not going to look very good. $10,000 escrow on a $250,000 home, yes, they are still out there. On a $250,000, that's going to look great, right? It's a matter of perception. Perception is dangerous. Perception is not reality. So, something else to keep in mind. Intelligently crafted offers go a long way. At least intelligently crafted offers get counter offers. Other offers, don't insult the seller. If you insult the seller, that's typically going to not go in the right direction. So, a lot to keep in mind. I was only able to skim the surface as far as escrow and how that works. If you've got a bunch of questions, if you'd like more information, please let me know. Give me a shout. Thank you again for sticking with the channel and giving me the likes and giving me the shares. I really appreciate it. And I will be posting some more. If you've got something of interest, something you'd like me to bring out, something you'd like me to elaborate on, please put it down in the comments below, and I will jump on that as quickly as I can to get you something back, especially now that I've got a little bit more time. So, hope to see you guys again in the near future. Keep watching. Thanks bunches. Roy Caballo, broker owner, Caballo's Realty and Caballo's Realty Referrals. The other brokerage is alive now. Hope to hear from you soon. Thanks. Have a great week.